Yeah, I'll be recording this session basically because of the people who are not with us right now. So everyone can be able to catch up with the whole thing we're doing at the end of the day. Okay, so my name is Toby Kalejai. For those who are very new, obviously nobody is new. If you have access to this class right now, you're not new, you're not meeting me for the first time, but yeah, what I intend to share in this course is basically the whole thing you need to know about Forex, and not just the theoretical aspect of Forex, but where the money really is, what you should focus on if you want to be profitable trading Forex. And I say this because there's a tendency to come into the space, come into the industry, and then you think it's all about theories, it's all about the magnitude of things you're able to learn here and there, but neglecting the core things, the important things that you actually need to focus on and learn. All right, so this is not like I like to always bring it close to driving a lot. Imagine somebody wants to learn how to drive, and then the first thing you go to start learning is how to manufacture car tires, how to manufacture the rims, how to couple cars. You're learning the wrong thing, actually. The knowledge might be there, it might sound very great and nice when you're talking, but it still doesn't equate to your ability to be able to drive, which is what you want, right? You just want to drive the car, you want to move the car from point A to B. That's what you really want to focus on. Maybe along the line, you might start getting interested in engineering and understanding the engineering aspects. All right. But you really want to learn how to drive. All right. Someone just raised their hand. You can unmute yourself and ask your question if there's something, or you could just type it in the chat room so we don't break the flow. All right. Yeah, so like I was saying, you basically want to focus on the core things, and that's what this course and my teaching strategy basically is always about. So we're not going to be doing too much of talking. We just want to go to the core things that you should know and you should focus on. Yeah. The whole concept of Forex will be the very first thing I would like to lay a foundation on. And what is Forex basically? What when we say we're trading Forex, what are we exactly doing? All right. Basically, you are trying to predict either an increase or a decrease in the price of currencies, right? But the term today, when people say we're trading, when we say we're trading Forex, it's now more, it encompasses more things today. It's not just limited to currencies, but essentially what Forex means is just basically foreign exchange, right? But today we trade more than currency. People trade cryptocurrencies. You can trade stocks. You can trade indices. What else? You can trade metals, the likes of gold, the likes of silver. Some people trade volatility. So essentially today, people just group everything together and say, okay, it's Forex, and it's fine. There's nothing bad in that, because at the end of the day, what you want to do is to make money. So whether you make $1,000 in crypto, or you make $1,000 as maybe as a teacher, you make $1,000 as whatever you're doing, $1,000 is $1,000, right? What you want to do at the end of the day is to make money for yourself. And that's what I want you to keep the focus on. Myself, I trade currencies, and I would always advise that if you're new to margin trading, start your journey from there. When we say margin trading, that's what we do in Forex. It means you are not actually buying or owning these currencies. You're not buying them to own. You are only trying to make money off an increase or decrease in their price. That's what you're trying to do as a Forex trader. You're trying to predict, and you are rewarded if your prediction goes right. Now, how do we get to the point of knowing what to predict and how to predict and become sure, become profitable at the end of the day? This is where the knowledge of technical analysis would come in. All right. Technical analysis is your own instrument of understanding and analyzing the market, and then being able to make some profit at the end of the day. So we would get there. I would show, immediately I'm done with the teaching aspect, we're going to try to pick up some live trades, and then you will see how I apply the principle of technical analysis and the things I will be teaching into trade selections. Okay. Now, there are some realities I would also want you to have in mind. Okay. Number one, the duration of attaining profit, right? The time frame with which individual persons will become profitable would vary. It will vary, number one, probably because of your current experience. Our experiences differ. Our expectations, what we already know, our existing knowledge also differ. So I don't want you to put any pressure on yourself. You might be surprised. There are some people who would, from the new students who are in right now, some people will start making profits in the next maybe 1 month, 2 months. But you should understand that some people, even though you're new or you're together in the class, they are not necessarily new to trading. They've been doing it before. They're only taking up this course so that they can upskill themselves. So don't put yourself under any form of pressure. And then don't let anybody's success story, don't let it put you under unnecessary pressure also. All right. Understand that our experiences differ, our knowledge differs, and then our results would definitely be different. Number two, majority of you must have had, I'm very, very sure, like you must have had one negative or terrible experience with trading, either your own experience or the experience of other people. And these things have a way of wrapping up your mind. It has a way of getting you shut out of believing how profitable you can become. And I say that because I've been there myself, right? Up to the time, excuse me. Up till the time when I started trading Forex, the news I was always getting to, of course, I was trading crypto before then. And then I was always hearing about, oh, this one, I lost money, I lost. So I'm always like, is there anybody winning in this thing? Is it just one lie? Like, why are people just losing and losing? And then it already like became a part of my own ideas. Like I was anticipating that, okay, I'm really going to lose. And it is not true. So this is what I want you to understand. Those negative knowledge would have a way of limiting you, especially if you allow them. All right. Keep a very, 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 very open mind. All right. Because the charts don't lie. They are just very basic, very simple. You will see day in, day out. If you scroll back, if you're using TradingView right now, just like I'm using and currently showing, you can see records of up to about 10 years or more of how currencies, whatever chart you're opening has performed. So it's always the same thing. Price is either going up or going down. Price is either going up or going down. There's no middle ground. There's no broker trying to steal your money, but people who are losing traders People who don't know what they are doing will keep telling you, oh, it's the brokers. Brokers are trying to steal you. Brokers are trying to manipulate. No broker has your time in that sense. Like, they don't have your time to start manipulating your individual trade. No, the market will continue to move, and it's always moving. It is you who need to ask yourself, what exactly do I need to do to be a profitable trader? You don't want to join the bandwagon of people who are always on the negative side, talking about the negative things here and there. I'm not saying you will win every trade. All right. I need to state that also clearly. You're not going to win every trade. Nobody does. I don't win every trade. All right. This week is very new. I'm yet to take a single trade. Most of the trades I'll be taking in the course of the week would be with you guys. So you would see I don't get to win every trade, but at the end of the day, we stay profitable. That's the most important thing, because we understand what we're doing. When we lose a trade, go back, look at it. That's the whole concept, the whole idea. Like, and also before even going into a trade, I can already anticipate, okay, I can lose this trade if things go this way, if things go the other way. So I'm still laying the foundations, and then we'll get to more serious things in a minute. For instruments, you might want to always know, like, okay, so what are the things that I need to trade? They're already in the videos that I shared with you guys. So, but for a recap, sign up with TradingView if you are yet to. Not everybody will love TradingView, but I think it's just the best that I have used. TradingView.com, that's the URL. This is where we simply take up or just analyze charts. MetaTrader 4 or 5, whichever works for you, just download them. Create an account with any broker of your choice. I already showed how to do that. All right. Create an account with any broker of your choice, and that's all. We don't do bots here. No bots. There's no bot that is going to make you money. I can say that over and over. All right. It's not about making one winning trade. It's about winning consistently. So no bot can give you that kind of consistent winning. And that's why you need to, like, come up to the point where you are ready to do things for yourself. Take all the responsibility, guys, and then you would see how you can grow over time. Do you have any questions so far before I go on to the next direction of our teaching? Any questions so far? I'm expecting responses from the new guys, please. Just no in the chat so I can move on. Or yes, if you've got one. None, good. All right. I just want one person who can. So there are only 3 things that you can always do in the market. Only 3 things you can always do. Once you open up your chart, any chart at all there is at all that you get to open, there are only 3 things that you can do. You can either create a buying trade, you can either sell. The third thing is that you do nothing, all right? You buy when you expect an increase in price. You sell when you expect a decrease in price. And then you do nothing when you don't know what to do. Like, it's not going to be every time you find a clear direction in the market, okay? So there are seasons when you do nothing. Like when you're unsure, either as a person or when the market is not tradable, when the market is not clear. All right. When the market is not clear, you do nothing. Ladies and gentlemen, there are days where you don't trade at all. There are weeks you don't get to trade. It's better you take one quality trade, right? One quality trade than you taking series of worthless and just reckless trades. You could ask those who are already trading, they will be able to tell you there are days whereby you remain profitable because you didn't trade at all. And I said this again, only 3 things. You might need to just write this down somewhere. There are only 3 things you can always do at every point in time when you open up a chart. You are either trying to make a buy decision, you're either trying to sell, or you're doing nothing at all. You're just passing. You're looking at the chart and then you're like, there is no opportunity here. So then, when there are only 3 things you can do in the market, this will lead me on to how then do I buy? All right. How and when should I buy? How and when should I buy? You make buy decisions when the market is bullish. Or we say in an uptrend. All right. This is the only time when you are taking buy decisions, when the market is bullish and when the market is in an uptrend. So how do I identify a bullish market or an uptrend? How to identify a bullish market or an uptrend will lead me to the subject of what market structure. And then we'll do the reverse also for when to sell. When do you sell in a market? You sell basically when the market is bearish or in a downtrend. All right. And how do you identify? Still the same. You identify the structure of the market when you look at, you identify when to buy or sell, or to understand when it's a downtrend or a bearish market when you look at the structure of the market. So the very, very first thing, like, that you should always pay attention to every time, every moment you want to take a trade, is to look out for what the market structure. So if market structure is really, really very important, I think it's great that I'll make it the first thing I would be teaching deeply in this class. And guess what? If you already understand market structure, one, and then you understand candlesticks, your trading challenges are like 70 to 80% solved. Market structure, candlesticks. Market structure, candlesticks. Don't forget, once you have a mastery of this, you understand how to look at the structure. You will discover that you have solved like a great number of the challenges that most traders would always have. All right, so I'll do some tests. We call them textbook examples, right? Just to more like create an understanding, but definitely it doesn't always happen exactly like this in reality. When you see a typical situation like this in the market, right? When you see more like zigzags are being formed, but at every time when you look at it on the long run, you can see that there's an increase in the price, right? When you look at it in the long run, you figure there's an increase in the price. So there's always the uptrend. You know, in the uptrend, you have the push-ups, you have the pullbacks, but at the end of the day, when you look at 3-4 consecutive push-up and downs, you are seeing that what price is going to the upside. Price is actually increasing. This will look, you know, more like this. We'll go look on the chart and figure out examples. This will tell you that what in this kind of market, you are to be looking out for opportunities to buy. You are to be looking out for what opportunities to make buy decisions. And then when you have this, there are also times in the market when you have the market is not significantly going up nor down, right? But it's just moving within a range. It's moving actually within a range. This is the typical thing we call consolidation or sideways movement, all right? This is so in this case, we say the market is moving sideways or it's consolidating and blah, blah. I will talk about this much later, but I want to focus on the buy opportunities and the sell opportunities. So please, somebody remind me that I need to come back to tell you what kind of things you can do in this type of situation, all right? Now, another alternative situation we can have in the market is this, such that there's always a continued decrease in the price, right? The price continues to go down, right? Though there will be periods where price is pushing up, but when you look at it on the long run, after every push up, price is actually going down, going further down. All right. In this type of situation, what you're looking out for is an opportunity to what? Sell. Because why? It's in a downtrend. So because the market is in a downtrend, you are looking for opportunity to sell. And then when it's in an uptrend, you are looking for opportunities to what? To buy. Guys and girls, it's not more complex than this, I tell you. Because every time you make money or anybody makes money off trading, they are only doing one of two things, right? Either they are selling or they are buying. When might differ from person to person, I'm going to show you when to, that's where support and resistance will come in. But understanding that when I open up a chart, the first thing I want to do is what's the trend in the market? How do I say this? You have, let's say you have a particular product. What can I use as an example? Let's say this pen. Maybe you have them in hundreds or thousands and then you want to sell. And then more people continue to demand for your product. There's more demand for this, your pen. And you are like the only one who is supplying, right? Definitely, you have an edge to say, I can increase the price of this product. Because there is more demand in the market. People are interested. It is hot. It's a hot product. More people want it. More people love it. All right. There's an increase in the demand. Then suddenly, somebody comes up with a different brand, probably much better than yours. And then it's a rival product to your own product. More people are now getting interested in that new product, not your own product anymore. What would happen, right, to your price in the market, to your public perception of your product? It starts going down. So, you're looking for more people to buy, you start increasing your marketing, you probably would also increase your price. At the end of the day, it affects your own sales. It's always a drag for price. It's always a drag between the buyers and the sellers. There are people who are buying, there are people who are selling. People buy, people sell based on different reasons. You and I were basically retail traders. We don't get to control the entire market picture. We don't get to. Okay, good. I've taken up a question here. I would attend to it shortly. You and I are retail traders. We don't control the overall picture of the market, right? All you can control is maybe your personal account, which is very, very small. You don't have enough equity to direct price. This is why you must pay attention to what the chart is. Actually a summary of what every buyer and seller is doing. Every chart you see, for example, the chart of Euro JPY that I have pulled up here, is actually like a summary of what every buyer and seller in the market is doing. What you just want to do is you want to do what the majority of the people in the market are doing, right? You want to go with the majority's sentiment. And then to the question of what time frame, there are different time frames in the market. I would have loved to talk about this maybe under candlesticks, but it's fine. I'll shoot it now. There's a monthly time frame, there's a weekly time frame, there's a daily time frame, there's a 4 hours time frame, on and on like that. For me, and I recommend also for you, because we are scalpers, we are not swing traders trying to hold a trade for weeks, for months, for days. You're a day trader basically. You can look out for the market structure on the daily time frame, right? That's your D1 time frame. You don't have a business coming to the monthly, to the weekly and all. Just check out the daily time frame. This gives you an overall picture of where the market closed on the previous day and previous days, right? And then on H4, you can come for a closer analysis. But when you're trying to take your trades, 30 minutes and 1 hour time frame will be my recommendation. 30 minutes and the 1 hour time frame would be my recommendation. And I'll show you why in a minute. So let's quickly look out for what's the structure up here on Euro JPY. Let's try to look at what the structure is. Sometimes it's really, really dicey. So I'll take it in parts. I'll cut the chart into two so that we can. All right, so if you look at this chart, say from here, if you look at this chart closely from here, you can see what the trend looks like. And so in reality, it's always different from what I drew earlier, but the concept is always still the same. Who can tell me what does the structure look like from here, from this point till the final place I marked? What's the structure? What can you see? Just type it in the chat room. Oh, great. More response, more feedback. Good, good. Nice. So bullish, good, good. So this is one thing you want to do. If you see a chart that is clearly like this on the daily time frame or on whatever time frame, you don't want to start. There are sell opportunities, no doubt, but you want to take advantage. If you really want to take advantage, you focus on the major structure of the market. Let me look out for more pairs. You can go back on okay, good. Let's look at this place, for example. So the first thing I'm trying to establish here is how to identify the trend, all right? Because you need that. You must be able to identify a trend. Obviously, from here to here, what does it look like? What trend can you see? Obviously, it's a downtrend. Yeah. Obviously, it's a downtrend, right? Another thing I want you to understand is the market is continuous, right? If you scroll down all the way back from here to the last 10, 20 years or whatever data you're able to have, you will see that the market keeps moving like, and it's not going to announce to you that I'm switching over to an uptrend now. I'm going over to a downtrend or whatever, right? It is your own responsibility to be able to figure it out and say, okay, this is what's happening. Can you see how the trend here, let me pause this. From this peak right here, what happened to price? Price fell through and then create a downtrend for a time. And then it created more like a consolidation for another time. So basically just have this understanding of this is a consolidation area. This was a downtrend. Price pushed all the way down to this point. Just have like an overall knowledge of how the market moves with a trend. It's always a trend. It's always a trend. It's always a trend. This is where the market is currently today, right? And then for me currently, if I'm to look at this and try to understand what trend is currently happening, this is an unclear market, right? The market is currently unclear because we had consolidation in all this range. This was price consolidating in all this range, and then it broke below the consolidation area, but the downtrend didn't continue. It didn't resolve into a downtrend, right? And then it didn't continue as a downtrend. Where price is currently right now, we can't even say it's an uptrend yet. When will it become an uptrend is when price comes back to retest this level. All right, price has gone up. It must come back to probably retest this level and then create what we refer to as a support level from here going. All right, and then price goes back up. This is when we can now say, okay, an uptrend has started. We need to watch out for price here. You don't, as a principle for what I'm teaching right now, there is no trend currently, right? You can't really say it's an uptrend or a downtrend. So It's not every time that you just get on the chart and then you know what trend is happening. No, it doesn't always happen that way. So over here on Euro USD, I just want us to look out for the trend and see what's happening. Today's class is basically training your eyes to understand trend. And it's don't feel very bad. Don't hate yourself if you look at the chart and then you don't understand what trend is happening. That's why we have the group. You can always drop your chat, ask questions, let other people share what they are seeing. Perspective will differ. Sometimes you're lost in thoughts. You don't really know what you're seeing. Sometimes the market itself is not really clear. All right, so look at Euro USD, for example, and then all the way from here. This one is quite so clear, like the trend is so clear. So in this market, as it stands right now, you don't necessarily want to start bothering yourself with the buy opportunity, because since when the price has clearly shown, this is from December 2020, right? Over a year going, the price has consistently shown that what there is more sell going on in the market. And then in this sort of market, you don't necessarily want to bother yourself with buying opportunities, because the buy opportunities would come, no doubt, but they are just short-lived. And then you don't want to mess your mind with them a lot. Somebody recommend a pair for me to check. So all the way from here, we can see a particular trend. From here, what happened? Price pushed down. Eventually, the downtrend didn't continue anymore from here. And then from here, what trend do we have? I'm going to talk about so you can see what trend do we have that continued from here? An uptrend. This I'm saying this for you to understand something. The market is very fluid. One trend always leads to the beginning of another trend. The end of a particular trend is the beginning of another trend. Always see the market like that. So your mission, before you say, I want to make money or I want to trade, what is the trend? That's the first thing you need to identify. And I will tell everyone who is on this call today, I want you all to go ahead and identify the trend on gold. I can pull up the chart, but I'm not going to say what trend is currently happening on there. I'll pull it up. Okay, so from the Okay, from November 21st, right? From November 21st, till date, what trend do you think we have on gold? If you look at it this way. All right, from here going forward, what trend can you see on gold? What trend can you see on gold? Uptrend, good. 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 Now I've pulled up from August 20th, right? 2020, 5th of August 2020 till March, April, right? Yeah, April 2021. What trend can you obviously see? What trend can you see? Downtrend. Good, good, good. Good, 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 good. Good. See, it's about this. Trading is very, very participatory, actually. Like, you must participate. If you really, really want to catch these things, you must participate. You must participate. You must, like, that's the only way it gets closer to your mind. It gets, you get to picture it well, you get to see it and then understand what we're actually doing. So pick up a pair other than the one I've talked about. I don't know. Everybody, I want everybody to please do this. Everyone who is on this call, check out, some people should do Euro JPY. Let me write it there. Especially the new guys. I know the older guys wouldn't really have a challenge with doing the task, but I want to see the new guys. I want to see how you understand what we're seeing. So some people should do Euro JPY. No? I already did that. Euro GBP. I want some people to do BTC USD. What else? I want some other set of people to do USD JPY. So I want you to show me the trend in the last 12 months, right? Just show it on the daily time frame and then send it down to the WhatsApp group. I want to see it. I want to see how you understand what we're doing. So pick one of these three. You can do the three if you can, I want everybody, especially the new guys, please. I want to see where you are on this. Send it to the WhatsApp group. Don't send it to me personally, please. You can do it now. You can do it later in the day. Now, I've talked about the trends that you would always see. There's something else you need to know so that you know when a trend switches. This can be a little bit dicey, but I would lay a foundation to it right now. with this knowledge of trend, see, you can take it to any time frame actually, and then the principles are still the same. You can take it to the 30 minutes, 1 hour time frame. The principles are still the same, okay? So look at this. How do you know when a trend has switched or when things have changed in the market? Because the market is fluid, the market is never waiting, it's always moving continuously. All right, so look at this, guys. You confirm an uptrend when you see this. That is, you have the market creating two successive higher lows. Or we can call this a high point, for example. Let's call this a high. Once you have the market creating a high point and a higher low, you know that what? It has created a trend. And then at the top side, you have a high and then a higher high. This is nothing serious. It's just the same trend I've been explaining all the way. All right. Understand that what the market would always move, you know, in a zigzag format. And then when you have this zigzag happening, right, this is when you say there's a trend. So again, because the trend is more with the buyers, there will be sell opportunities, but they are not strong enough to like break the structure. Price will continue to go higher, you know, on and on like that. And then on the converse side, when do you say this uptrend now, this particular uptrend we're looking at, when can you say it's exhausted or it has changed? You must have a clear way, a time whereby the price goes below the higher low point, right? Price will need to go. I'm coming. Price will need to break this level. Come back to retest it. And then continue to go down. On and on like that until there's another change again. I'll explain it in a different way, but I'm coming. What do you see here? Price pushed below this higher low point, created a retest of this level, and then continue to do what? Push back down. This is when we'll say, okay, structure has broken. It's no longer an uptrend. Now it has switched to a downtrend. Sometimes it's very, very easy to see. Sometimes it's not easy to see. But let's look out for situations like this in the chart. Okay, good. So here, what do we see price doing? All the way from here Eventually, it broke to the lower side, came back to retest it, continued pushing down. It pushed down a lot. And then this is where I want you to start paying attention, right? Price pushed down here. And this became obviously the new support and resistance level. We expect that what price should never break above this level. Can you see? We expect that what, because if it's a continued downtrend, what should price do from here? It should continue to push down. But price didn't push down here. What happened? Price switched. Look at this candle. This candle what formed and then closed above that level. This is your first indication as a trader. I'm going to talk about candlesticks and how important they are at levels, but understand I'm only focusing on trend for now, okay? You might need to watch this video again if you don't get it yet. And what happened up of this trend? Price came back to retest the level, pushed up, came back again to retest, but you can see price never came back below this level. And then what continued to happen from then on is what? The beginning of the uptrend. Can you see? Oops. Can you see how it played out? Like, and then a new trend obviously was created off this level. Don't worry if it's looking like gibberish to you. This is just foundations that I'm trying to lay, and I'll go over it again and again all through the course of this week. As a matter of fact, can you see? And then maybe something else happened, but I want you to see how the trend switched from here. This is the major thing I wanted you to see and understand here. Hold on. So what I wanted you to see here was how the trend switched, how we had the switch in trend here. If you go back, into every time when the trend happened, right? When there's a trend, maybe an uptrend or a downtrend, and then it switched, you would always find something similar. Sometimes what you will find is a consolidation first. You will first find the consolidation level before you find the switch in price. Sometimes you don't find the consolidation level. You just see that what price has switched in direction with what? It's not just going to be one candle, obviously, but you would find series of candles creating a support or resistance from that point and then changing the direction of price over time. Any question here before I show more examples? What is unclear to you at the moment? I have 16 people on here. Is it clear? If it's clear to you so far, can I have a 1? If it's not, can I have a 2? Oh, nice. This is impressive. Oh, nice, nice. If it's not clear to you, a 2. If it's partly clear, maybe 1.5. Like, I understand small, but it never enter with 1.5. Anybody like that? Oh, great. Then I'm a great teacher with some amazing set of students. Then everybody gets it right. Good, 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 good. All right, so I'll clear this and then Yet again, for the sake of a different dimension to explaining, I will explain what I just explained, the breakout levels, in a different way right now. Okay. There would be times, as a matter of fact, after a while, you figure that, okay, what am I even doing on the daily time frame? But yeah, because I have a lot of beginners on this time frame, I mean on this live on this chat right now, I would still want to go back to sticking with that, all right? Because eventually you just figure that, okay, the daily time frame is just for you to, you're looking at it once and then, okay, you've picked up the idea, the direction to follow. Because as a day trader, as a scalper, you are trying to catch maybe 30, 40, 50 pips. You know, you're not trying to own the entire market. You just want to take one or two trades in a day. So you don't necessarily want to go and be sleeping on the time frames that are not very, very relevant to you as a person, okay? All right, so look at this scenario again. You have maybe price levels, price breaks above a level, creates, in reality, it doesn't always go like this. Sometimes it's going like this, and then you find it this way, you know, but when you look at it, you look at the entire picture, you can tell, okay, this is what the market is actually doing, okay? Because if I pull up a line chart on this right now, you can see how it looks like. When you pull up a line chart on it, you can tell that at the end of the day, this is just like mountain and rocks, you know, mountain and rocks formation. At the end of the day, it's like it's just going up. And then sometimes you can see clearly, oh, it's Hallelujah law, like it's really just going down. You know, you can really tell this is what I want you to do. Like, I want you to get to that point whereby once you open the chart, you okay, oh, it's selling, oh, it's buying. You must be able to like be a friend with the chart to that level, so that once you have that understanding, you know that every other thing you're only trying to build on it, okay? Because this is the foundation. This is like the foundation. Once you have an understanding, oh, support is broken, resistance is broken. Oh, there are more sellers in charge right now. There are more buyers in charge right now. That already helps you in your decision-making process, okay? So back to this. If you look at a chart like this, for example, and then you're like, oh, what's really happening here? You've already figured it's an uptrend. The next thing you want to say to yourself is, where are the points that I make my buy decisions in an uptrend? In an uptrend, you want to focus on buying at where support levels. Write this down. It will help you a lot. At the support. This is one support here. Of course, this is a support area. You just want to focus on support levels. That's where you want to make your buy decisions from. All right. I know I didn't confuse you. Buy is done only, let that be in your mind. Buy from what? Support levels. Once you have identified structures, now you need to, the next thing you want to find out is where do I click buy from? Like, where I go buy, go. Support level. Let that be at the back of your mind every day, every time. Like, support levels, or when I've identified structures, you've identified the structure of the market. The next thing you want to identify is, where am I going to hit the buy? Which is what? Your support level. Good. The second thing, for those who are, once you've identified that, okay, the structure is a down structure, the market is selling, you want to know, okay, where do I where do I initiate my trade from? Where do I initiate my trade from? And then you identify that that's what your resistance point, right? In a selling market, all you just want to identify are what your sales, like you just want to identify where do I hit the sell button from? I'm looking at the market now. I don't know what to do. What should I do at what point? You are selling only at the resistance point. What are these resistance points? How do I identify resistance points? Are we together? How do I identify the support, the resistance point? I'll talk about it now. But I want you to, what's the time? Oh, I'm 1 hour into this already. Okay, good. I'll talk about it now, then lay more emphasis on building blocks on it maybe tomorrow. But after this teaching aspect, we'll just try to see if there are trade opportunities, and I won't be teaching any further. So we don't have information overload. A resistance point is the point where price gets to, and then you are like expecting it to fall down, like you're expecting price to push down from those points. A support level, on the other hand, is like the floor for price, is the place where price gets to, and then you're expecting and anticipating it to buy. Like there should be ability for price to change a direction from that point. How do you identify these levels? Hold on. All right. Okay, so I like to, you can use any of the lines you like, but I like to use the horizontal ray because I want to always see the chart into the right side. The left is full of history, the right is only where you make money. So it doesn't matter anyway, you can use it any which way you like. The most important thing is understand what you're doing. Okay, so I'm taking this cell, this point, right, is what I'm trying to use to analyze or explain this principle. We confirm the sell of the market from this point because why? Price pushed up, came back down, came back to retest the level, pushed back down, came back to retest the level again, and then push back down. Then from here on, we can say, okay, it's convenient to say, okay, we can start anticipating more sells, right, from this level. And then from this level, when you get to a significant support or resistance level, irrespective of the time frame, there's a kind of candlesticks you'll find there. There are kinds of candlesticks you'll find there. These are the ones that will show you that what sellers are now in charge of the market. Sellers are about to take charge of the market, or buyers are still in charge of the market. So understand the structure first, understand the structure. The structure pre-informs your mind to say, look out for sells. Sells at resistance level, you first identify your resistance point, and then you look out for the kind of candles you are seeing at those levels. This is when candlestick begins to make sense. You don't prioritize candle over structure or over support and resistance level. I wish I can say that again, even for those who have been trading before. You don't prioritize candlesticks over support and resistance or over structure. You don't, your priority comes from the structure down to what the support and resistance level, and then the candlestick. And at that point, that's where you get to execute your trades, okay? There is no further magic to look out for. The worst case scenario when you enter into a trade is that what? The price would go against you. It will eat your stop loss. This is why you need the demo account first to practice over and over, and then start getting your mind in tune, okay? Because I figured, even for those of you who are already existing traders, there are people whose emotions get triggered even on a demo account. You are trading a demo account and you are still afraid to lose, then you are not ready to go live, okay? And it's not a bad way to, it's not a bad thing to feel, but just understand that, you need time, you need to give yourself some time to really, really understand what you're doing before you start committing resources into this. Yeah. When you come to this kind of levels, when you come to this kind of price level, how do you choose a point to say, okay, is this a resistance point or not? Look at how price reacts at that level over time. This place is, you can take it, yeah, as is a resistance point, but I would prefer to work with this because of the repetitions we have here. Look at. The more repetitions you have about a level shows how important that particular point is. I really do hope that you get that message. And then obviously you can see how the candles, the rejection candles that we have here, when you have a candle like this forming at a resistance point, it shows you that what price was trying to go above, then eventually price was pushed back down, and then we have this sort of situation. I would explain candlesticks tomorrow. All right, so let's assume I've not mentioned anything about candlesticks today. Okay, on the lower time frame, good. That's possible. I'll do that right now. So I would even take it up to a live trade. So maybe we're already going into that already. So let's see if we can take a few trades today. So obviously this is gold. Gold is obviously the structure is a buy structure, and then what can we anticipate is an opportunity to buy. All we want to look out for in gold is an opportunity to buy if we can find one. So I'll go over to my lower time frames and see. Okay. So I know some guys will be in gold already today. Debbie, are you trading gold today? All right, so this is what it looks like. right now. This is what gold looks like. Price is pushing down. Don't forget the structure is an uptrend, so we would only be looking out for the buying opportunities. Obviously, we can see that there's a resistance point here, and that's why price got to this resistance and is currently pushing down. But you don't want to make a sell decision right now. I wouldn't be selling this. I'll rather wait for another buy opportunity. Look at this present place that price, started going up from. Can you see the kind of candles that formed there? You can see this clear rejection candle, right? And then backed up by this strong candle. Price tried to struggle. This is an indecision. Let me label them one at a time. I hope you all will catch it. This is the first candle that will tell you, okay, this is what's happening. Price what? A bullish candle. Price retraced off this level. Follow, like another strong bullish candle followed. This is an indecision candle. It shows you that a little exhaustion just happened. I'm not surprised this sell candle followed. And then market came up with another bullish candle. And then this bullish candle, this is a very, very strong bullish candle also, right? Forget the fact that it is red. I would explain the candles tomorrow. And then we had price pushing up to this support level. What would we have done, right? I'm sure, Debbie, did you take this trade today? One of the opportunities you would have seen.
No, sir, I took the sell.
You took the sell. Oh, you're in the sell right now, or you've been in it earlier?
I'm out of the market for now.
Okay, good. All right. Thanks. All right. So look at this. This is like a buy opportunity, obviously, for somebody who is, trying to scalp gold. And then you would have taken the buy up to this level. This is about how many pips? Quite. So this candle gave about. Am I seeing right? About 121 pips or thereabout, about 121 pips. Currently now, price is selling back to. Price is selling back, but definitely it will get to create a buy opportunity again. And that's what I would want to focus on and take advantage of. Let me anticipate what will happen, and then we just get to see how it will play out. This would now this level will act as a support level. This region where you have all these wicks will act as a support level for price. And then when price gets here, and then we see a bullish price action, like a bullish candle saying, okay, the sellers are no longer in charge, the buyers are about to take charge, then we can strike a buy. If I'm taking a buy off here, it depends on how aggressive I'm going. That will tell the kind of lot size I will use. That will also tell where I'm going to put my stop loss and what to expect from the trade. But we'll talk about that with time in tomorrow's session. But yeah, this is one typical example. If price, if all the conditions are met before the end of this class, I will take a trade off here and then you will see how it goes. Let's look out for more charts and then see more opportunities that we can take today. Obviously, on Euro USD, I would like to anticipate a sell. I like to anticipate a sell and then anticipate the sell off to this level. All right. But I need to go on the lower time frame so I can begin to prepare myself and then look out for opportunities. Good. All right, so I'm still not going to take a trade off the 4-hour time frame. This is my hours of entry, the H1 M30, sorry. So good. We need price to break beneath this level and then close beneath this level. I need that close beneath this level. Because it's a sell doesn't mean I'm going to sell off. You don't want to sell off a support level. Like I said earlier, where do you sell from? Can somebody remind me of that? Where do you sell from? Even if it's an uptrend, there are places you don't want to buy from. Now it's a downtrend. You're still not going to sell off a support level. It doesn't make any sense. You rather wait for it to break first and then let price show you that what this is the direction I'm going. Preferably a break out of this level, get some candles that will close here, and then have that retest. And then once price shows maybe an exhaustion candle, you can conveniently take yourself. Good. You sell off resistance. Yes, you sell off resistance. Buy off support, sell off resistance. Good. So this is another expectation. Kunle, you want to share what trade are you taking today so we can probably just analyze together? GN, good. GBP All my strategies, you press on. You're buying, okay. So let's look at GBP together. Oh, good. I think I traded this pair some days ago, so that's why the analysis are still there, but I'm going to clear it all off. Okay. There's a lot of selling pressure right now, though. Don't throw stones. Life is not about your policies. Okay. Let's now go down to lower time frames just to see what's happening. I feel the buy is quite very, very ambitious actually. Like it's a little bit risky. So looking at this market on the H1 time frame, if you look at this very well, what can you see? Price was coming up from the sell, and then price has been locked in a consolidation level. So I can understand Kunle's bias for a buy off here. price is locked in a consolidation. When you are trading within a consolidation, okay, you're expecting to buy at 1.9. Okay, good. I get that now. So this is you're expecting that price will break out of this, this consolidation level, probably come back to create a retest and then continue to go. It's a nice expectation to have, actually. Like, I think I would also sustain the same bias because price has been consolidating. This is from when? Some few days now. If you check this out, this is from 20, let's say from 23rd of March, right? From 23rd of March to about 3 or 4 trading days so far. You would expect a break out of this level before you really want to make big money off this trade, So nice. Who else is trading anything, or you want us to check up any charts for the day? So if this breaks out, for example, let me just mark it out so that next time I come up on it, I know what to anticipate. I know we're going to make a lot of money this week. That one is very sure and certain. Just in case it breaks to the downside, just in case. This can also happen. But till then, so yeah, tomorrow again, I would run through candlesticks. Then I've not really thought support and resistance. We have not scratched that yet, okay? But already, if you go back, watch these videos or what the ones I dropped earlier, and then you continue to watch how I'll be dropping my charts from henceforth, right? I would always mark out the important areas with these blue lines, either a support level or a resistance level. Always just pay attention. This will also help you to look at them and then understand these levels also. And never forget, all these structures, all these activities are formed basically because of the activities of buyers and sellers only, nothing else. Activities of buyers and sellers. The buyers' activities will take price up, sellers' activities will take price down. You want to do what majority of or the people with the most money in the market, you want to do what they are doing part time, all right? If you're doing it the other way around, you won't make money off here. Rather, you'll be losing money, all right? So if you're yet to set up your demo account, go ahead and make that ready. Start taking trades. Start asking questions on the group, all right? There'll be people who can help you, can assist you from time to time. I'm also always checking around and then willing to support you guys and help everyone to become profitable, all right? So yeah, I think we can call it a day here. I'll stop the recording, but I'm not jumping out of this so we can see if we would have opportunities to take 1 or 2 trades.